What is up, everyone? How are you guys going? Welcome back to another episode on the vlog. In today's episode, what we're going to do, we are going to take care of an annoying problem I've had. It's not too annoying, it's just that it is... Okay, read the chart. OCD. There is something in the air system that I don't like, that I've countermeasured in the past, but not really fully taking care of the problem. As some of you guys know, I use 3/8 line on the car. And with this 3/8 line, I know a lot of people use 1/4 inch, but with the 3/8 line, I'm able to air up real fast and real quick. So if there's an object on the road or something like that, and I'm heading on the road, I can hit my number 2 and the car will really pop up really fast. But double-edged sword, because with that 3/8 line and the volume of air going through to the backs to go up real quick, come air down time, the car used to just slam. It's just like boom, and you actually hear the subframes hit the ground. This here's gotta go. I'm serious. I'm ready to chop it the hell off. It's getting warmer. I don't really need this hair anymore. It needs to go. The problem with that is my barber actually left and went back to the Middle East. Dude was so good. He used to grade you and then use the scissors to clean the grade up. So clean. That's a different story though. Like I said today, let me show you it. That's my problem. The front just drops real quick and the air takes its cool time to come down. It really wasn't that big of a problem, but recently, since I've been doing a lot of TikToks and Reels and stuff like that, which does involve airing the car out, letting the car drop, I'm seeing it firsthand more and more of the uneven air out. Although I've ignored it for some time, it's time to rectify and actually fix this. There is a couple methods, a couple rhymes or reason to different ways of correcting this problem. But one common factor in leveling the air out is an air restrictor valve, or otherwise known as an air control valve. It's basically a valve with a dial on top, and you can adjust open or close, and it will restrict or open the flow of the air through the valve. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to match the rate at which the front airs out to the back. We want to slow down the front since the front just hits that so much. On the AccuAir VU4, this coming outside as an exhaust, that is an exhaust. This line here is front left, rear left, sorry. This line is front left, front right, rear left, rear right. So on this side of the manifold is front, that side of the manifold is the rear. Now hold that in your minds for a second. Let me get the car in the garage, move all the stuff to the junk so we can see the lines below, see what I've currently done, and see what I'm looking at doing. Alright my guys, so remember like what I was saying. These two are front, these two are rear, and those are the exhausts. So what I did initially to stop the car from dumping, I took the two exhausts, I teed them, and I brought them here into this single restrictor valve. Now this is a much more expensive restrictor valve than the one I got and I'll show you today. This one's like $45, and these same 3/8 were like 20 bucks for 5. Same principle, but yet you could definitely tell there's a build quality and a difference in probably strength and purpose. But that's not a big issue. One, these aren't pressure lines, these are exhaust lines. So I am actually not worried about these lines popping, blowing, or anything like that. They're just really to slow the exhaust. what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate out the two exhaust lines. I'm going to leave the old valve on the front, and I'm going to put an exhaust valve on the rear line. And hopefully with that, I'll be able to tune the front a lot more restrictive than the rear and try to balance it coming down. Be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So I took the T off. So now the two exhausts are separate. This one that's on the rear side is on its own valve. The one on the front side has the valve that was there before. I left this at its setting and I restricted that just a little bit. Let us see what occurs. We have the full car in view. We do. Let me get a light. Okay, that's much better. Let's go ahead, connect to the eye level control. Focus. And we are going to air out. Ooh. So that front still dropped a lot. The back, I think I have to restrict the back some. I think that front fell way faster than normally does. Is it reverse? It's going to entail some playing with it and some fine tuning. I'll be back. Well, update time. My hypothesis isn't working out right now. Without the T and the two going into one into the single restrictor, the air is leaving utilizing the less path of resistance. So although the two exhausts are separate and coming out in the valve body itself, it seems that it's all interconnected, so it's coming out separately. I'm trying to think if there's a way we could put two valve bodies together. Like maybe you still run the T, but run the T further down, and on the front side you put a restrictor in line with the other restrictor. So you have the two coming down, and right before the T you have the front left side with the restrictor and the 2T, and then the single restrictor for both of them. Unfortunately, I don't have an inline T to test out that hypothesis. But as you see in that last clip, I did a bunch of up and downs. The front's dumping way faster than I wanted to. Way faster than when I had it all T together and everything's running together. I'm racking my brain right now trying to think of which way we could do, what we could do in order to get it done. One thing people have done is they've put the two restrictors in line to the front bags. So they've taken the restrictor valve and put it between the valve body and the front bag. That would actually restrict air up time and air down time, but that will absolutely help with control in the front to air out. But like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hamper my air up, because if I see an obstacle on the road or whatever, I want to hit that button. I want the car to jump up and get over the obstacle as fast as I can. So that is a huge negative in putting that restrictor in line between the valve body and the bag. I'm trying to achieve my goal by restricting the output If I could get it to work that way by restricting the exhaust, that would be awesome. But the path of least resistance is hurting me right now. So I gotta think of a way to get it to work how I want it to. Well guys, as you can see, it is quite some time later. We're putting everything back. You know, sometimes programming shows you the glitz and glamour. Here is one experiment that did not work. I do have this section here in the trunk that goes to the four corners. I could put one of these valves here, but like I said earlier, that also restricts airing up, and I don't want to get rid of my emergency air up for debris or whatever on the road. I also now gotta retune my air out how I had it before. The front is still diving. I put the T back and everything, but it's still diving. But like I said, unfortunately, it's not all glitz, it's not all goes according to plan. It was a good hypothesis. It would have really been cool if the valve body was split in half and I could have tuned left or right, front and back. That would have been awesome. It was worth a try. You know guys, what you think? Put in the comments what you think. Was it worth a try? Was it a waste of time? Let me know. I'm still pondering if I want to do an inline valve to the bag. I highly doubt it, but it's still on my mind. Now I gotta retune this to how I had it before, a lot slower. The front is still dumping. But on that bombshell of showing real life and showing things doesn't always work out the way you planned it, hit that like, hit that sub guys. I do appreciate the recent efforts you guys has been putting forward, and the comments, the likes, the subs. It's been awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. But until next time guys, y'all have a good one.